Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Ethan Shapiro YouTube video. You know it, baby. So I've been talking a lot about Ray Dalio, and because his book had such a really profound impact on me, and again, I mentioned several times, I'm mentioning it again, he has awesome YouTube videos. You don't have to read the whole book to kind of get a feel for the way this guy thinks. The most successful hedge fund manager of all time. If you don't know what a hedge fund is, hey man, like I don't even really know what a hedge fund is either, so don't even worry about it. It's a guy who understands money, he understands wealth, he understands prosperity and success. He's a very smart person, and what he's doing is he's giving away all his knowledge, everything he's learned over his years in business. He's trying to give away, to impact on other people in a meaningful way. So I thought it would be cool to kind of start a principles series. So the way Ray lay things out is he makes principles, which is kind of like maxims, as in like as Kant would put it. Meaning, if you want this, then you should do that. So Ray has principles for success. So if you would like to be successful, you should do this. So I thought it would be cool to kind of try starting this principles series. I don't know if people will be interested in watching it. Ideally, they would be. But yeah, I'm pretty much just going to go through this book, at least in the beginning, this episode, and see how it goes. And we can kind of scrutinize or agree with the principles or not. Or not. So here we go. His first principle, and principles, he has principles of life and principles of work. So I'm going to focus on life principles because I think that's more interesting. So the first principle he has in the book says, embrace reality and deal with it. Face challenges and the solutions become principles. So embrace reality and deal with it. I don't know. Is there a benefit to not embracing reality and kind of creating your own dialogue in your head and, creating your own reality? So right off the bat, I'm already scrutinizing his first principle. Now, I think it's extremely valuable. There's no doubt about it that taking things as they are and dealing with it is going to allow you to become successful. But I do think there is a sprinkling of you creating your own reality. So you might be extremely bad at something, but it's in your head. If you just think that you're really not bad at it and you get on fine, that's okay. I don't know. If you want to be successful, you have to face the reality of things. I think that there is a sort of contention between reality and dreams, because I think dreams can become reality. You can make your own reality. So right off the bat, I'm already confused. So this is good. I mean, he wants us to interpret these principles as we will. But I think any normal person would say if things are the way they are and deal with it, it's going to make you successful if you accept things the way as they are. But that doesn't mean that things aren't changing. So you can accept things the way they are and understand, and that means that the world's always going to change. So let's keep going. So he has these principles, like principle number 1, embrace reality and deal with it. And then he has sub-principles, which is like 1.1, which is like part of principle 1. And then he has like sub-principles. So it's like 1, 1.1, and then like A. So let's just start right here. So his 1.1, part of embracing reality and dealing with it is be a hyper-realist. So he wants people to really, really understand like the way things are, like don't like sugarcoat it. Don't convince yourself things aren't the way they are when they really are a different way. So is that valuable? Just always being super realist? Honestly, yeah, you kind of, I love the book. I think it's great, but sometimes I don't know. Sometimes you don't need to be a hyper realist, I don't think. I mean, who am I? I'm just a young guy getting started here, but I do believe like what you think creates the world around you. So maybe being a hyper realist in a way can hold you back sometimes. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on this. So underneath that, so it's that's 1.1, be a hyper realist. Underneath that, he says dreams plus reality plus determination equals a successful life. So decide what you value most and choose a path to achieve it. Work more effectively. Now he's got me. Now I agree. So that formula, that dreams plus reality plus determination equals success, I think that's 100% true. Yeah, so I guess I don't want to throw people off, because you should accept things as reality. But what I was getting at is the reality is that you can change the world with your thoughts. So if you think one way and then want to do something else, if you think of something that doesn't exist yet, you can make it exist with your determination, and that's what he's saying. So I guess, I mean, we can pick apart wording all we want, but when he breaks it down to that sub point, dreams plus reality plus determination equals success, I think that's 100% true. Now let's go on to 1.2. I don't know how this is going. We'll see. Truth, an accurate understanding of reality, is the essential foundation of any good outcome. We have a tendency to fight what's true if we don't like it. I think that's true. Confirmation bias is a huge problem. You can, if you want to believe something is some way, you can go and find some sort of argument. You can, like I've said multiple times, you can make an argument for anything. So I definitely think that's fair. So truth is the essential foundation for any good outcome. Damn, I can scrutinize all these points, honestly, and that's kind of not what I'm going for. I think that his book is amazing and that he did a great job. But again, you can criticize anything. We tend to fight what's true if we don't like it. I think that's definitely fair, and that's a problem. But I don't know, is truth the foundation for every good outcome? It would seem to make sense that if you know what's going on, that will make you able to create a good outcome. But I don't know. Sometimes you can just think one way and then other good things can happen. But I guess he really thinks over the long term. He's been doing this for decades. So I don't know. Be radically open-minded and radically transparent. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I don't have any issues with that at all. I mean, open-mindedness, no problems there. Closed-mindedness, you're gonna get stuck in a rut, no question about it. That's just it's not gonna help you at all. I mean, generally speaking, I guess. And then radical transparency, just being like legit, being fluid, not like holding anything back. I think there's no way that being open-minded and being transparent is going to hurt you in the long run. If you're always willing to accept new ideas and you're always showing people who you truly are, and if you are that person who is willing to take on new ideas, I don't think it's ever going to harm you at all. I have no issue with number 3, 1.3 that is. So and then he goes, this is the last one I'll do. He goes into subpoints. Radical open-mindedness and radical transparency are invaluable for rapid learning and effective change. I pretty much just said that. That's 100% true. If you want to learn anything, you have to be open-mindedness. And then transparency, being real with people for who you are, is going to allow you to change and evolve and grow. This is probably my favorite one so far. All right. So don't let fears of what others think of you stand in your way. 100%. One of the biggest pieces of advice I give to people is don't care what anyone else thinks of you. All that matters is what you think of yourself. You want to think of yourself as a good person. You want to be believing in what you're doing. I think that's pretty important, pretty valuable. So I agree with that. And here's the last one. Embracing radical truth and radical transparency will bring more meaningful work and more meaningful relationships. Embracing radical truth and embracing radical transparency will bring more meaningful work and more meaningful relationships. I know number 3 for the most part, but I don't know if he's trying to make absolute statements in order to help guide you to be successful, which is totally valiant. I totally love it. The value's there. It's great. I don't know if I'd be hardcore on that. Again, what do I matter? I'm just putting my opinions out here. Embracing radical truth will bring more meaningful work and more meaningful relationships. I guess if you do work that isn't radically truthful, it would be hard to have good relationships with people at work because you're all just kind of fake to begin with. So I could see how that would go. But yeah, I don't know. I figured I would just try this and see what happens. I'm not super hyped on how this just went, but I don't know. Embrace reality and deal with it. Face challenges and solutions become principles. Yeah. You want to do that, but I criticized it. So, yeah, that was Principles Part 1. There's a lot more under this reality, embrace reality and deal with it and face challenges. He has a lot more points. There's no way to fit it all in one video, but yeah, maybe I'll keep this going. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But as for all, have a nice day.